Today is our first podcast called The Carlitos Way. And Mr. Carlito is our host for our ongoing podcast. Today is October 13th. Woo! Friday the 13th. What you got to say about that?
Ooh, very spooky.
Yeah. Yeah. Too bad the cameras aren't on. And you also forgot your Jason mask.
Yeah, because I was...
All right. So, the Carlitos Way. Why is your podcast and your YouTube and your Instagram and your, what's the other one?
X.
And your TikTok. Did I already say that? Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
That's okay.
so.
We can edit it out. Edit one.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the Carlitos Way?
So yes, the Carlitos Way is, I just do all kinds of things my way, always like, I don't know, my way is, spreading positive vibes, always make people feel good about themselves, that's what the Carlitos Way is, I just do all kinds of things my way. It's kind of like, it's not like Burger King's quote, have it your way. So I just do things my way, and that's how I just make things good, just motivate people.
Perfect. Everybody knows you as Carlos. What's your full name?
Yeah, my first name is Carlos. Middle name is Francisco, and the last name, I actually have two last names. It's Lama, Lama -Colon, Colon.
That's a beautiful name, Carlos. Carlitos. Okay, so we are at the Tarrant County College District Northeast Campus.
Correct.
This is our first podcast, both mine and Carlitos. Yay! And our first attempt. I'm acting producer. My name is A.I. Amy McIntyre. And
like Drew McIntyre.
Who's Drew McIntyre?
He's a pro wrestler. Yeah, he's a muscular guy from Scottish. I actually met him too. He's a pretty cool guy.
Great. Well, we'll have to get him in here as a guest sometime, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
And one time he actually made one of my videos go viral on TikTok when I gave him a fist bump.
Yeah.
Almost to 100,000 views. Almost.
Really?
Yeah.
So the Carlitos Way is well known, and your last YouTube video had almost 8,000 views, right?
Almost, actually. It's 7.6K views.
Yes. Okay. So, in my world, I say 8,000. Go with it. What is the purpose of the Carlitos Way podcast?
The purpose, is about, I said again, motivation, and, just to learn a little bit about myself, and, yeah, and not to ever give up on my dream.
I hear podcasts, so I have watched quite a few of podcasts, both virtually and on the radio. So it's a possibility that this podcast could turn into its own radio station or a very successful podcast. The reason why I wanted to work with you, Mr. Carlitos Way, is because we both have autism.
Yeah,
great. We're both on the spectrum.
Yes.
We are what's considered low need autistic.
Correct.
And we just hope that we can reach out to others in all kinds of fields, sports, of course, wrestling. Carlito's just in love with wrestling, as you will find out. And at school, we have a group called the Neurodiverse Social Club. It's the first of its kind in a TCC campus, and we hope to expand it with the help of Carlitos Way podcast and eventually videos.
Oh, yeah.
So, great. So, my job here is as the producer, and I'm to help Carlitos become as successful as he can be with this podcast and future development. You never know where it might go when God's in charge and when you got somebody like me. Okay. So, Carlos, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little about your story as an adult male with autism and how you have come out of maybe some negative thinking and things that have happened to you in the past that you tell me about it.
Yeah, so so I have ADHD and ASD. I have both of that, and My story about having special needs, I've been in the STEPS program, aka the FOSSI program, aka the special needs program since 4th grade. And
that's in school?
yes.
Okay.
Lakewood Elementary is when I started there.
Ooh, what junior high did you go to?
I went to Harwood Junior High, and then I went to Trinity High School in Euless.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm from Euless, and my son went to Trinity High School.
Yeah.
So there's another thing we have in common.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Okay, and then also with how I came out with it, like okay, so like some of the times, you know, people are afraid of judgments, you know. Sometimes, you know, people are afraid of judgment because, you know, the way they act, or maybe their clothing, or maybe stuff they just can't afford. And sometimes, you know, I get it, people are afraid of judgment about that. And, you know, and I wasn't afraid, and I was afraid about the judgment because I thought the way I was going to be and stuff, because sometimes I got judged about that back in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so like and then I decided, you know, since I just finished high school, you know, I just want to start like a new life and all, and I just decided to make the decision, you know, I just want to come out, you know, tell people, you know, I have autism, and I'm just not afraid to tell people anymore.
Great. Hey, why don't you go ahead and do our super grid? Carlitos, you!
Woo! Okay, so alrighty, so I have my own YouTube channel at the Carlitos Way _ that's the YouTube channel name. So don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also make a comment for any future podcast or any ideas what we want to mention.
Or if they need to hear from us.
Correct.
You know, maybe they need some resources locally. We're in the Hurst, Texas area, which is known as the Metroplex, in the middle of Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. So go ahead, finish that grid.
Oh, yeah. And also follow me on Instagram at the Carlitos Way. It's the.carlitos.way. And then also follow me on TikTok. It's the same thing as my Instagram username. And then follow me on X, which is it's your boy Carlos 5.
Okay, so Twitter is now called X.
Correct.
So why don't you go ahead and give us that name again, your handle on X.
So like X, aka XFKA, formerly known as Twitter, is my name is it's your boy Carlos 5. That's the name.
Woohoo! Whoop, whoop. That's a great name for X.
Too sweet.
Okay, so why don't you tell me about the rest of your family? Do any of your other family members have autism?
Yes, my sister does, and yeah, my sister does.
Okay.
Yeah, because originally it's me, my mom who's single, and it's my other two siblings. I mean, I was supposed to have 3, but I lost 1, so it's just the 2 of us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Your brother and your sister.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about your sister.
My sister, she's at a group home,
Mm-hmm.
at a home in Arlington or Mansfield, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no, sometimes, you know, she comes out, you know, hangs out with us over the weekends. You know, we just have food. You know, sometimes we go to like festivals.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Tell us about your mom a little bit. Sounds like she's been very, very supportive of you and your sister and your other brother.
Yes, you know, my mom's a very supportive lady. She takes good care of all 3 of us, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she always, you know, makes plans of what we're gonna do for the weekend. Sometimes, you know, we go to stuff. You know, we go.
I mean, you even went to their most recent Ranger game, right?
Oh yeah.
7-1. Who they play?
They played Baltimore.
Great. In the American
Championship League.
That's right.
Yep,
That's
and
great.
Now we're gonna play Houston, and
Wow.
that's gonna be a kick butt team right
Wish
there.
we could go to that. Maybe we can need to get in touch with the Rangers. Tell us a little bit about your creativity, Carlitos. I hear you're a leader and you're an entrepreneur and you want to start something big. What is that?
Yes, I plan on starting my own sports drink in the future. You know, hopefully, you know, I can make like, you know, like a kind of like, you know, like kind of like something like Gatorade a little bit. You know, it has like a little like a
little kick.
Yeah, hydro drink, and you know, like how like some sports drink make like their own energy drinks and have like their little powder. So yeah.
That's great. That's fantastic. Also, are you going to be coming out with your own merch?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. So we should be looking for that. You know, whenever we start filming, maybe our second episode here in the Carlitos Way podcast. Yeah. So tell us what you're hoping to have in merchandise.
What I'm hoping to have in merchandise, I'm hoping, I can make my own shirts, maybe hoodies, maybe pants, backpacks, hats, beanies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's wonderful. You are gonna be very successful.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about you and your history in sports.
My history with sports, I used to play soccer back in kindergarten, but I wasn't really too good at it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. And you
And-
played football too.
Yeah, I played football and back
Right.
in junior high, and then I suffered an ACL tear, that wasn't really nice.
No.
Yeah.
But it could be a blessing in disguise. You never know.
Yes.
So what does the STEP program mean? That's an acronym, right?
Yes. Yes, it means skill, training, enrichment, program, and success.
Right. So that's wonderful. Skills training, enrichment for promoting success. And I hear that you're an officer of the program here at TCCD Northeast Campus.
Yep.
What?
I'm the president of the STEPS program, the PALS program. So I didn't even say
PALS
STEPS.
program. So what is the PALS program?
Oh, yes. Normally for PALS, we have like a little organization. We watch movies, we play games, we do stuff like Kahoots. And, we just like, play a little...
Togetherness. You're better together type thing.
Correct,
Yeah. Great. So have you ever won any kind of awards?
Yes, I got an award here from last school year in April of 2023 for communication engagement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what did you have to do to win that award?
Just helping each other out. Sometimes I could, help my classmates and teachers. Sometimes I could help people like, outside the STEPS program. People like example, like if they need help. For example, if somebody gets lost, I'll help them find their class wherever they need to head to.
And you have a Dr. Pepper story, right?
Oh, yes. And I remember this was back in 2021. I remember this was one time, I think, like, what do I remember from this? I think I was getting ready for work that day. And I think because I remember I was also at church, too. Because I remember when I got out of church, I was going to get ready for work, get myself something to eat. And then I remember, like, I saw a guy, he was just wandering around the streets. And, I got out of church, and then I was going to get ready to go to work that day. And then the one thing I remember was, I was going to grab myself something to eat when I got out of church, and I went to the gas station, and, I saw this guy. He said, hey, I told him, hey, how you doing? I said, pretty good. How about yourself? I said, I'm doing pretty good. So, yeah, I got myself the snacks, and I was like, when I walked up to him and asked him, hey, man, what's your favorite soda? He's like, oh, my favorite soda is Dr. Pepper. I was like, okay. Then actually, I walked back into the gas station again, and I bought him the Dr. Pepper, and then after I just gave it to him, and, yeah, I told him to have a good day.
That's beautiful. That's part of the Carlitos Way stamp. That's your, moral compass. You're a big helper of others. That's just beautiful. Okay. Let's go to the next question of mine. What are your plans for college and after TCCD?
After TCC, my plan is to head to a university. The plans are either UNT in Denton or West Texas A&M in Canyon, Texas, or Grand Canyon University in Arizona. Those are the 3 plans for me.
Beautiful. And I hear you want to be extra, extra, extra popular on YouTube.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. What do you hope to major in?
So many choices right there. Like, I did, I talked about, like acting or, maybe.
You're a great communicator. You are a great communicator. And I can see where you're going to become a great role model. So, and that requires acting. It requires empowerment. It requires feeling good about yourself so you can help others. Once you leave or once you graduate into a major university, will the STEP program also be available there?
Yes, I know UNT and West Texas A&M, they have a STEPS program over there.
Great.
Yeah, because I remember I remember this was like October of 2022. I went to visit West Texas A&M because they had a homecoming game. And I saw they had their own STEPS program over there.
Great. That's great to know. By then you'll have a pretty big following in regards to the Carlitos Way podcast, and have plenty of people probably already following you from the school that you'll plan on going to. So I'm really looking forward to seeing that growth and the impact that you make.
Thank you.
Great. And with that communication enrichment award that you got, that's going to be a star on your resume.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The World Heavyweight Championship.
For you, for an adult male, now you have figured out a tactic to overcome any kind of autistic negatives that you've grown up with, thought, behavior issues, or just being stuck in your bedroom and not feeling good about yourself. You've overcome those with tactics of helping people.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Alrighty, so like my autistic traits, spectrum disorder. I have a routine stability, and also like
you need routine and stability in your life on a regular basis.
Yes.
What happens whenever you fall out of routine?
Yeah, sometimes I fall out of routine. Sometimes my mind just falls out of my head, and like I'm totally out of control.
You're right.
Yeah.
But you have a tactic. You
Yes.
have a tactic to get back into routine.
Yep. Pro wrestling.
Pro wrestling. Okay, let's move on to that one.
Yep.
So you have an obsessive interest in wrestling.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, as I remember, I used to watch wrestling. I started at the age of 4, I believe. I used to be me and my brother. We used to always watch Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. Even we used to go back when the Raw is War era, WCW, TNA. Even we used to watch the pay-per-views. Like we used to watch guys like Kane, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, Edge, the Hardy Boys. We used to watch guys like Trish Stratus, Chris Jericho, Christian, Chris Benoit, Kurt Angle, Brock
What
Lesnar.
about the local wrestling association, the Metroplex Wrestling Association in Hurst? Do you know people there?
Oh, yes. Yes, I know a couple wrestlers around. I've met Tatum Manning. I've met Red Chambers. I mean, I've met them.
And the lady who runs the association, what's her name?
Yes, Athena.
Athena.
And y'all know her as Ember Moon from WWE. So yeah, I met her. I met her at MPX, and also one time I met her at my job one time, and I was like, holy cow! Like
At Home Depot.
Yep, I met her at Home Depot. I was like, holy cow!
So where do you work right now?
I work at a Target.
In Hurst?
Yes.
Okay, on Precinct Line Road?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Because, anytime somebody could pop in and see if you're there to take a picture, talk to you about your podcast, offer some suggestions or whatever, you could become a hero overnight.
Yep.
Right there.
I need a hero to save me now. I need a hero to save me now.
Woo!
That's a Skillet.
Yeah,
They got
Skillet?
Yeah, that's the hero song.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, and
So let's see. Sometimes you have difficulty in conversations,
Yeah.
and people are still a little bit judgy or mean, but you have those tactics to just jump right out of that, right?
Yes.
And like me, I have a level of anxiety, especially if somebody's coming towards me and you can definitely see that they're upset.
Yeah.
Is that the same for you?
Yeah, it could be like that a little bit. Sometimes, if I'm probably somewhere with thousands of people watching me, sometimes I'll feel a little anxiety about that. But
Okay.
eventually, I'll overcome it by the end.
Yeah. Hey, I'd like to ask you about your T-shirts and your logo. We haven't actually, we're going to use a lot of the same logo from all your other social media sites, but we're going to expand it a lot bigger for your T-shirts, right?
Right.
And we're going to start giving them away to lucky callers or lucky commenters or followers. We're going to maybe do a raffle on air and pick a number, and we'll go down the list of who commented, and we'll pick that person to send them a shirt. How do you like that?
I would love it.
Yes. So, let's see. So let's go back through the grid again to remind our folks where they can get to you.
Alrighty, so now we'll repeat it again. Now back to the grid. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Carlitos Way. So subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave any comments for future videos and what you want to hear about in the future. And also don't forget to follow me on these platforms on TikTok at the Carlitos Way. Follow me on X, and then follow me on Instagram at the Carlitos Way. Oh, and back to my X. Originally it's XFKA Twitter. So that one, it's your boy Carlos 5. That's my X.
It's your boy Carlos 5. We got to make some logos for that too.
Yes.
That would be awesome. So the plan is for the Carlitos Way podcast is to produce one podcast a week and then edit and bring it out the following week and then follow that up with a new podcast. And then we'll just follow that program, that process, right?
Yes.
That's what all successful podcasts do, basically. And tell you what, Carlos.
Yes.
I heard you have some awesome quotes and things that you like to say to friends and people that you're helping out. Why don't you share that here on the Carlitos Way podcast?
Yes. So, here is one quote that I learned from my favorite female wrestler, Mercedes Varnado, a.k.a. Mercedes Monet, and who was formerly known as Sasha Banks in WWE. Her quote is, "You got to be so good that they can't ignore you. Even if they do, just do it for yourself."
Bang! I say bang on that one. Microphone drop.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and then you have the other one.
Yes, and then I also have my own quote I made, and just like what I said in all my other videos, don't forget today is be phenomenal, stay phenomenal.
That's right. That's right.
Correct.
So for our second podcast, we're going to do much of the same. We'll have our T-shirts by then, and we'll give those out to our guests. And hopefully we'll have a call-in by maybe our third or fourth podcast. But we plan on having the TCCD Northeast Campus student activities guests for our third podcast. And our fourth podcast, we'll have the Neurodiversity Social Club officer, Marina, and Dr. Amber Myers, who hopes to spread the news about the quality and the success of our Neurodiversity Social Club and spread that out to the rest of the TCC campuses and then the world. Mm-hmm. So the Carlitos Way has a great big desire to help out with that, and we're going to help him out and get this dang thing going.
Yep.
Right. Okay, so let's do our closing now, Mr. Carlitos Way. And why don't you give us a beat? Give us a beat, some music, right?
Yeah.
Do you know how to beatbox?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you give us a
actually,
beatbox?
I know a good song. Ba 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 ba. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The Carlitos Way, the first podcast here, October 23rd, 2023 at the TCCD campus. And we are going to see you next time. See you later.